on sunny Marco Island, Florida, Mary and I got a chance for a few days alone without the kids, and it was absolutely fantastic. Now, normally we'd eat out at a couple restaurants, find some keto options, but we decided we were gonna cook at home, and we found this amazing seafood market that was basically like a keto foodie paradise. They had so many options, so much fresh vegetables. They had delicious cheeses, wonderful oils, a whole case full of red meat. We ended up getting some seafood fresh from the ocean, fresh caught that day. So we wanted to walk you through. The staff here was absolutely wonderful. We wanted to walk you through and show you all about it.
All right, so we are at the Paradise Fresh Fish Market. We are here in Marco Island, and it's been really fun because you and I, Andy and I, have the ability to kind of do what we want to do while we're here for 3 whole days, kids free. And so we've taken our keto life on tour, and we are touring Marco and enjoying the seafood, enjoying the freshness of the food. We've gotten the best of the best eggs, great meat products, great fish products. But last night was the first night we walked into this market. Tonight was supposed to be a restaurant night, right?
It was.
Tonight we were supposed to be eating out, and we decided we'd rather come back here, make our food ourselves, do whole ingredients, do real ingredients, know exactly what's going into it. So I want to walk you through this because this is absolutely amazing. We walked through, they've got so many different cheese products. They've got our Kerrygold butter. They were ready for us. They were prepared. They've got charcuterie all set up and ready. This is where their frozen stuff is. Their lobster tails. They've even got the meats. So if you're not here for fish, and I totally understand it took Andy a while to be a fish lover, they have the meats here too.
I see some ribeye and some pork ribs in there.
This is a different case than yesterday, isn't it?
They change it up completely.
Dependent on what's fresh that day and what's fresh caught fresh. And so this is just a beautiful fresh fish market. We've got all the information that you need up here. They're able to give you recipes, the whole 9 yards. And so we went ahead.
Welcome to paradise, you guys.
Welcome to paradise.
Right.
That's not a bad way to get welcomed into a fresh fish market. We went ahead and did some fresh salmon tonight. We've got some scallops, and then something caught my eye.
What?
We got
What
over
was
here,
it? What'd you see?
and they carry Hardee's gluten-free crab cakes, and they were willing to pull out Handy's gluten-free crab cakes. They were willing to pull out the label and let me look at the back of that box.
So wait, no embarrassment. You just
No,
asked.
I said, can I see the ingredients list? I see that this is gluten-free. Can I see what's in it? You've seen what we've eaten so far today. We started with steak and eggs. We added that bacon. We've had a phenomenal protein-heavy day. A couple carbs that come from a little bit of tapioca starch doesn't wig me out. If you're looking for your clean keto people, you know that we are not the ones. And so for me, making those allowances to be able to have a really, really fun night with my spouse on our last night of vacation here in Marco Island, worth it. So we went ahead and picked up a crab cake too. Last night you saw the scallops we made from here, the fresh jumbo shrimp, these guys right here. See these wild caught Gulf shrimp? That's what was on our plates last night. They were like half the size of lobster tails. So this is about as much fun as we can have. We feel like we walked into a candy store as keto people. We walked in and we don't need the sweets. We got the meats and the fish. We're set here. And so this is what we're doing tonight. Join us tonight. We'll put it all together. We'll show you what we're going to cook and how we cook it and why it's so fun to tour the country doing keto, because you never know where you're going to find another Paradise Fresh Fish Market. Thanks so much, y'all.
You're very welcome. Bye for now.
Marco Island, sitting at the table. So our trip to Paradise Fresh Food Seafood Market was totally worth the trip tonight, right?
I think so, yeah.
We talked about going to a really cool restaurant right on the bay. We looked at the menu prices. They weren't crazy to us, but when I took a look at what we could do at home and how much more we could get if we made our own fresh seafood, it was the way to go. We ate out the night we got in town because we've been driving down from Orlando, from the Keto Orlando Summit 2022. And we showed up here and I was like, somebody else can cook tonight. But it's been so much fun actually getting the chance to cook with you in the kitchen, uninterrupted, enjoy the process, to get fun with the food. So we went to the fresh market. We got this salmon here. We got scallops, and I did them in brown butter, and we got one of these crab cakes. And the crab cakes were 3 net carbs, Totally worth it. For me, I'm like, yep, that's where I'm going to spend it. The fun thing was we were sitting, standing at the counter, and one of the guys that was there was like, I watch all my food too. And he's like, I do low carb, I do low sugar. And he's like, being able to walk in and all the people who tell me I can't eat fun food, and I look at the case of food and go, this is as good as it gets. And I'm just thinking, what a phenomenal attitude. And I think that that's one of my favorite things to address is whenever anybody tries to come at me or come at us or come at our family and say, why would you live such a restrictive lifestyle? Why would you live so restrictive? And I'm going, 300 pounds was a restricted lifestyle. Being on 9 medications was a restricted lifestyle. Dealing constantly every single day with fibromyalgia flare-ups and pain and gastrocondritis and wearing a sleep apnea machine. For those of you who don't know, that is one of the things I don't
Super
share.
restrictive.
I don't share that very often. As a young woman with her husband next to her, with a family that might need her in the middle of the night, babies that I needed to nurse, wearing a sleep apnea machine was pretty restrictive. It just restricted my life in so many ways. And so to let go of a couple things and, hand over control of those things that controlled me for so long, letting go of some sugar, letting go of some carbs, the amount of gains that I've had, the level, like we talked about, like our eating leveled up. It didn't level down. Giving up Domino's pizza, $5 pizzas,
got us fresh salmon and scallops.
This. And I'm just thinking, this isn't restricted. So if you're currently struggling with somebody who has those comments about what you're eating and what's on your plate, nobody needs to talk about your body. Nobody needs to talk about your food choices. If they're not paying for your groceries, they don't really have an input.
Even if they are, they probably shouldn't be talking about your
That's
body.
fair. That's fair. And so I think it's important to let ourselves realize and walk into the fact that we got so much. We gained so much by losing some weight, losing some carbohydrates, losing some sugar. And this is a plate of I would say abundance. This is an abundant plate. There is no restriction here. I'm not sad about this meal. I'm not weeping over the bread that's not on the plate.
We're going to be full.
I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
And so we hope you're having a great night. Thanks so much for joining us as we went through Paradise Seafood. It was so cool to get to meet the people who are serving this community fresh seafood every single day. We will never come back to Marco Island and
not
happy. Hit them up. They were the best.
People
we
that get to be in the sun and have fresh seafood, they're happy all the time.
It's a happy life. I'm just telling you, it's hard to be sad when you're eating fresh seafood next to the pool, looking out at the water. It's about as good as it gets. But even when we're at home, in Missouri, in Kansas City, in the dead of winter, if it's gray and cold and the sun goes down at 4, this lifestyle has gained so much for us. So we hope it is for you too. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We're on day 2?
3?
2? No, 2, really.
We really know.
I think
Yeah.
2 of our
Someone will
9-week
keep track
countdown.
for us.
Someone please help us. We need a detailed person in our lives.
How many weeks are left?
Help me. We're both fun people, conceptual people, big picture people, but when it comes to those details, we need one of you. All right, have a great night. Thanks so much for joining us.